internacional. Es el caso de Offspring y es el caso de Noodles que está con nosotros. Welcome to Argentina one more time.
Thank you. Thanks. Yeah, I'm doing good.
Yeah, you like Argentina?
Yeah. We've been here twice before, and the shows have always been great here. The audiences are just pretty freaking nuts. So we have a good time here.
I want to know about the new drummer. You know, this is you've been playing a long time with another with drums. So what about the new drummer? How did you start playing?
Right. Well, his name's. It's been a change. You know, we didn't know what was going to happen when Ron left the band. You know, fortunately for the record we got to play with Josh Freese, who's just amazing, phenomenal drummer. He's a friend of ours, so the connection and the chemistry were there immediately. With Adam, you know, he was somebody we didn't really know. We knew Rocket from the Crypt, that's his main band that he comes from, but he's played with. He knows everybody. The guy knows everybody. He's just a phenomenal drummer, super hard hitter, very powerful. And just very cool vibe. It's great playing with him. I mean, it's a blast. He's added a lot to our live show and to just who we are as a traveling band. We've had so much fun this year hanging out with him.
Do you think that you have more power, or it's
Definitely.
like a change?
Oh, definitely more power.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And what about the European presentation? Because knowing that you had to add more shows during the tour, what was the tour? How was the tour?
It was great, yeah. I mean, we're almost done with this year of touring, and I can't believe it. It seems like we just started. It's gone by super fast, and it's just been a blast. All the shows have just been amazing. We've been getting the best reviews we've ever had. We're just going out and playing. We're playing a little bit of a different show too. We've cut out a lot of that. We used to do a lot of shtick, the intermission, and would beat up Backstreet Boys dolls and stuff on TV. And we've kind of cut out some of the filler and just come out rocking and just rock all the way through. And it's just been so much fun.
If you had to give us the main difference between European tours and South American tours, because they are quite different.
Well, it all comes down to the audiences. The audiences here are pretty insane. They could all be locked up in mental institutions. But that's the kind of audience you want to play for. Fans that are going to come out and scare you, you know, with their energy. And I mean, you know, we try to take our stage show to the edge, you know, to where we're playing so fast and furious, you know, for most of the songs that we're really close to just fucking them up, just ruining the whole set. And to have an audience that looks like they're doing the same thing is just awesome. It's just awesome.
A lot of punk rocker fans around the world think that if a band became popular worldwide, lose the essence of punk rock. Right. What's your opinion about that?
Well, I mean, you know, we're certainly not the vanguard if we're all over MTV, and I guess I can't say MTV on this station.
You can say what you want.
Okay. You know, when you're you know, on the radio, you know, all over the world, you're not the new thing that's happening, you know, especially when you've been on the radio for 10 years. So we're not what the punk bands were that we grew up on. You know, we're not the Dead Kennedys, we're not X, we're not the Dickies.
I think that you are not only a punk rock band, you know?
Absolutely, yeah. I think, you know, we came out of the punk rock scene, and, you know, for 10 years we traveled around the country, saved up money to go out and tour on summer vacations and on weekends and holidays and things like that. And it was our hobby, it was what we loved to do. And then when Smash came out, that changed everything. All of a sudden it became our career, and we got to travel the world doing it. But again, what I'm saying is that, you know, all the bands that inspired us to do it, they were way ahead of their time, whereas we just happened to be the right band at the right time. I think it doesn't take away from the kind of music we're making. I think we make really good music, and we always showed up and always played our shows and had fun doing it, and I think that counts for a lot. But we're not the Dead Kennedys. The Dead Kennedys were way ahead of their time. We're standing on their shoulders. We're standing on the shoulders of the Ramones and the Sex Pistols.
Which band do you think that today around the world is a particular punk rock band? Which band? Do you think that there are one or two bands?
Yeah. I mean,
there's same essence. I mean,
that are starting. Well, you know, you'd have to look outside of the punk rock scene. You'd have to look at people that are mixing, you know, acoustic music with electronic music and things like that. People that are just doing new music underground and that's not getting commercial success today, 20, 30 years down the road, that'll be all over the radio, you know? that's what's going to be, that's what's hot, what's happening. So they're essentially what's really punk rock. I think hip hop, when that came along, I mean, very street roots oriented. These people lifted themselves up out of their situation and did it without any kind of corporate sponsorship, a lot like the punk rockers did it.
You always had a fun and ironic way to look the reality, I mean, on the lyrics. Do you think that the United States give you to the band good footage to write the lyrics?
Certainly the last 4 years, yeah. And when punk rock started, well, at the end of the 70s and a lot of things going on politically, but then all throughout the Reagan era, what was being said by our leaders and what was really happening in the world, didn't match up. And we've seen that plenty, I think, in our country in the last 4 years, what our leadership is saying and what we really see happening, all over the world doesn't match up. It doesn't match up. So, there's definitely, irony there.
Is there any moment that you miss? I mean, that you miss years before MASH success in 1994? Do you miss that time?
Yeah. I mean, it's easy to become nostalgic when everything was so new. Our first tour of Europe with supporting NoFX, everything was so new. We slept on the bus. We didn't have hotel rooms or showers or beds. We slept on the bus. Our first tours of the U.S., we slept in schoolyards, abandoned schoolyards and rest stops, and people's front porches we'd sleep on, and it was just so much fun, so new. But would I change the problems I have today for my problems back then? No. Yeah. What we do now, we do it for a living, but I think my life is. Yeah, the key is trying to keep your life simple when all of a sudden, you're traveling the world and there's just more stuff involved, but still try to keep it simple.
Did you dream like that?
We never dared to dream that we were going to, one day be traveling the world and have songs all over the radio and videos all over TV.
But you had dreams, I mean. You used to have
I think my dream was just simple.
Like a teenager that wants to play on a stage and wants to punk rock, this kind of things.
Yeah. I mean, we just wanted to be able to do it, and we thought we were just going to be able to play for, punk rock audiences our whole life, small club gigs. We never thought we'd really make a living at it, Not until maybe that year that when we opened up for NoFX in Europe and saw that these guys actually were making a living doing it, Maybe it is possible to make a living. We'd still go to school and follow our other pursuits and interests as well, but still have fun and go out and play and actually make a living doing what we spent so much money on for 10 years. It's because we love to do it.
The next year you have two important things for us. One of them that you'll be participating on Warped Tour. This is the first time. Why don't you participate before in this?
It's never fit in with our schedule, really. Okay. We're either making a record when they're going out, or we're doing the European festivals when that's happening here. It's just never really fit with or not here, but in the U.S. It's never fit with our schedule.
It means something important for you, this kind of festival. I mean, the style.
Yeah. Well, first of all, it's one of the only festivals in the U.S., traveling festivals, that I won't miss. Every year I go to that show. Oh, yeah. It's for my money. Ozfest can be pretty cool, but there's a lot of, I think, wanker metal bands on that. Whereas there's always some band that I'll find entertaining at any of the stages at the Warped Tour. It's just more. I feel comfortable there. A lot of my friends' bands play there. It's more my scene. So yeah, I always go to that show when I'm in town. I missed it this year for the first time in years because we were on tour. I think we were in Europe when that was playing. But yeah, it's something that we want to do. It's very very grassroots. Everyone kind of bonds together. It's not an easy tour. It's a tough tour. I mean, you're sweating. You're playing out in 130-degree heat in Texas. First of all, you got to go to Texas.
You're planning an Offspring Greatest Hits album with a particular cover of a version of The Police.
Possible, yeah.
Can you tell us the song, or it's not?
We don't know which one yet.
Ah, okay.
You know, we've gone in the studio and laid down some tracks, but haven't finished anything yet. The whole idea of the greatest hits record is something that we're not even sure. You know, I think we have enough songs to make a really strong greatest hits record. But are we, you know, do we want to do that at this point in our career? Do we want to just keep on going the way we've been going? I don't know, but it's something we're all talking about, yeah. There's just no concrete plans for any of this yet. But.
If you had to recommend a band to see alive now, which band do you recommend us?
Oh, to see live. The Darkness are hilarious live and great, and they rock, you know, they really do. They have a couple of songs that I really like. The Get Your Hands Off My Woman is motherfucker is a great song. That's just so funny.
It's like on a Spinal Tap band.
They out Spinal Tap. They really do, because they make it look so real. Whereas Spinal Tap, you know that they're being funny. With The Darkness, that's the thing they're doing really well. They kind of walk this fine line. Are they serious? Are they kidding? Do they get it? You know, and you go see them live, and it's just so funny. And they're great. They're a powerful band. The guy's a motherfucker guitar player. Justin, he's just incredible. I wish I could play like that live.
Which is the
I wouldn't, but I would
you
like to be
wouldn't?
able
Okay.
to. I wouldn't play like that, but I'd like to be able to.
Maybe, you know, you don't know.
Yeah.
Which is the last record that you buy?
I just got Green Day's new record. I got, what else did I order? Tom T. Hall's Greatest Hits, because it's got that song I Like Beer on it. Franz Ferdinand I got. What else did I get? There's a couple of things coming out.
And your first record?
The first record I ever bought? Oh God, it was one of those K-tel things you send away on TV, or you know, it was advertised on TV, and it had the Monkees on it, the Who. I was 10, 11 years old. Yeah, 9 or 10 years old. It had the Monkees, the Who, the Kinks, you know, a bunch of bands like that. I think Cream was on it.
Okay, well, have a nice time in Argentina. Thank you for your time, and leave a message to our audience and to all your fans.
All right, yeah. Just want to say thank you for supporting us when we've come down here. We've always had a great time, and you guys are fucking insane. So that's great. Keep it up.